I'm lazy. Okay, I just dropped my phone. Oh man. Okay, I think it's still going. I think we have like 20 more seconds. Pigpen, just the kid in your class who's like extra gross when you're in kindergarten. Oh, the stream is on. All right. I don't do any of them have hair? We don't know. Just Dusty. Yeah. Though I guess in my mind, when I think of gross little kids, I'm just like, they're all snotty, even if he doesn't draw them snotty. And for the last one, I was thinking we would draw Snoopy with like just a really extreme expression of your choice. He can be really angry, he can be big crying. For some reason, those are the only emotions I can think of. But you do you. So final panel, emotional Snoopy. Let's go. Another Peppermint Patty fact that I love so much is that she doesn't understand that Snoopy's a dog for a long time, and she just refers to him as the kid with the big nose, which makes sense because he's on the baseball team and he like shows up and sits down in school. Yeah, big nose kid, Snoopy the dog. He's having big feelings. You've got about 15 more seconds. I'm sure whatever you're drawing is beautiful. I'm really excited. Whew. I'm just gonna tell you I did like 1.5. So all right. So whenever you're ready, if you want to hold up and share, I'm so excited.
Yay. So I think normally how we share is if you're savvy, okay, if you're not, if you press raise hand, so we know that you would like us to call on you, we could try it that way. We don't have to, but I'm gonna keep my hand raised so you can see me easier. And I have Liz pinned. I don't know what that does, but I thought it was official, so I did that. Let me know if you need anything, Liz.
I was like, oh man. Okay. Everyone's are so good. Does anybody is there I was like, Helen, talk about yours.
I had to unmute first. I don't really remember what they look like. I love peanuts, but I don't, so it's just an approximate. I mean, I know all the characters, but I really couldn't remember what Peppermint Patty looked like. So, and then there's Snoopy being kind of angry, which Snoopy is never this angry. No.
They're so good.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yesha, I think we should all just take a moment to see, is that an angry Snoopy at the end? Because that is also.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you said Peppermint Patty at first, I had to draw Marcy saying hello, sir. Because didn't Marcy call Peppermint Patty sir?
Yes. Yes. Wow, these are all so beautiful. I'm like, Joe, yours is like it's so pro. You did so much so fast in those 45 seconds.
I spent a lot of time with drawing peanuts for many years, so even though I didn't have any reference, it kind of comes easy.
Yeah.
Plus, it's some animation, so I cheated.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the slideshow, but this is your reminder to keep doodling. Everyone did really great work. Yeah, drawing Snoopy is an important comics exercise if anyone asks. Now I have to figure out how to share my screen again. Go back here. Okay, are we back? Does it look okay, Jess?
Looks great, so good. Better than before somehow.
Wow. Cool. So, here's some Snoopy drawings I do. I think Charles Schultz does emotions really well. And I think that's part of why it's really charming and also like low-key upsetting to people. is just making content where you're like, I'm sad, or like, I'm anxious and I don't know my role in this world. Some people hate to read that, or like needed to have a happy ending. But Charlie Brown is perpetually sad and relatable. And something about them being cartoony and having, to me, it's the writing is so good that makes, like, the writing is so good and like true and human to have that kind of anxiety and depression, that you really relate to it, even though it's not real, like realism. Here's a quick comic I made. Which
Liz, do you want to read it?
Okay. Okay, you want my professional opinion? I think you should go on Instagram, unfollow a human, and then follow an animal. And yeah, just keep doing that until your depression is cured.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I love how bad Lucy's advice is. This is a good one that I wrote, which is a conversation with me and the boy I was dating at the time. It's like, how do you know if you're gay or straight? Like, nobody's 100% straight, right? Lucy, you're definitely gay. Yeah. This is just a messy one. I just put in one curse word because I know y'all are PG-13. So, but I think just when I'm feeling really emotional, drawing characters crying really helps me. I like, there's one zine where I kept writing, "You're lovable even though you cry a lot." And then my friend with the baby was like, "Yeah, we love babies even, and they cry way too much." Oh no, I'm biting my computer. Oh yeah, I feel like I said a lot of Snoopy facts, but if people want to throw in their favorite Snoopy facts into the chat, we could do a dramatic reading. Yeah, Little Mite is in there. I also think if you're a Moomin nerd, I like to draw Pigpen and Stinky together. Snoopy flies a doghouse. Snoopy's cousin lives in Arizona. His name is Spike. We also have the big guy, Olaf, the girl, Belle. He has a great imagination, and a typewriter. One thing that I really appreciate is how just the bit of like the constant joke that Charlie Brown has no friends, but Snoopy gets like 1,000 Valentines. Yeah. Oh, I hope Snoopy was almost named Sniffy. That's beautiful. Oh, Brina, there's a live action Spike movie with like cartoon Spike, and he's like kind of flirting with the lady, and it's really fun. You have a baby, make them watch it. Television is great for kids. Oh, Needles, California. I like how, yeah, okay. Nerds, can you tell me the name of the place where Snoopy is from? This is a cute fact between me and my dad. Yes, the Daisy Hill Puppy Farm! Which I liked before realizing that puppy farms were bad. As a child, you're like, I love the Daisy Hill Puppy Farm. Yeah. Yeah, it's the best music. I will also say Joe Cool's Blues by the Marsalis Brothers is my favorite take on Snoopy Jazz. All right. So up next, on a loose sheet of paper, we're gonna write down 4 little prompts to ourselves. So they can be worries that you have or bad advice that Lucy would give, and we're gonna write it on loose paper. So bad advice that Lucy would give is a great one. If you can think of like what your like meanest, like not empathetic friend would tell you to do that wouldn't be helpful, that's a good one. But we're just gonna take a few minutes to just write down. We're gonna give ourselves like 4 little bits of dialogue. So when it comes to writing about worries, try and do it in first person. Like, I'm worried that I'm doing the dishes wrong, or I'm worried that I'm 34 and I still don't breathe well. Shouldn't I be breathing better? um, but we're just gonna take a few minutes to write down 4 little bits of dialogue for us to come back to later.
Hello, excuse me. Is
Yeah.
the one is Tom Hart here?
No, Tom is traveling, but I am his stunt double.
Oh, he's some devil.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I send comics in the Dropbox in the blank box like days ago. What happened?
Is this related to Friday Night Comics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not exactly sure. Do you want to email? I'll put my personal saw email in the chat, and then if you tell me what happened, I'll try to investigate it for you. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Christian.
Nice. I'm like, how's everybody doing on writing down their deepest worries and anxieties / advice? Like, how many examples you got? If you want to put it in the chat.
Liz, are you better at writing or drawing, or do you have like?
I I like to write. Yeah, that's my. Yeah. I think I've always been a drawer, but I think writing is the more fun part about comics. That's the secret. For me at least. Ideas for worries. Have you paid your taxes yet?
I just sent all my paperwork to the accountant, and
Yeah.
I'm letting them worry about it, but I'm
Yeah.
also like, I wonder what will happen.
Yeah,
Christian
what
had a
else
funny
to worry
one. Christian was asking about what happened to my files in the Dropbox, and they said,
about?
I'm worried about my comic in the Dropbox. This is like very good.
Yeah.
Nancy said I didn't need ideas. I like that no one is worried about things. This is a cool group. Liz, what are you worried about right now besides like performance anxiety?
Oh,
You're like, how do I pick just one?
yeah, how do I pick just one? I'm worried that my dog is mad at me. Uh, I'm worried about if I'm doing too much or too little. Yes, your knees hurt almost all the time. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be exact. I think the more thing is that if you have something that's honest to you, even if you give it to the goofiest little cartoon character, it
would be
reads.
good.
Someone else is
Nancy
like,
said
my knees also hurt all the time.
Earlier in the chat, Nancy said, I need ideas for worries. I feel like that could be a worry. I'm worried I'm not worried.
Yeah,
Like, I
classic
have enough
comic.
worry
What kind of
for
comics
this
do I
comic.
draw?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not making any progress. I wake up worried. Oh yeah, Russian roulette, a
Climate
subject to
apocalypse
fixate on.
is, yeah, so real. The state of the world. The state of the world, and you're in your own small little box. Yeah, toxins in tap water. Yeah. And I would say both like in the small scale and in the big scale is like very peanuts to just fixate on these little worries and what's bothering us. All right, so once you've got your words, I want you to write them on a sheet of paper. I think that's the next slide. Yeah, write them on a sheet of paper that you can fold up. Do. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's doing great. Everybody's worries are both valid And, you gotta learn how to sit with them, / give them to Snoopy to say. So, yeah. Once you get to the folding up stage, if you could dramatically fold up in front of your camera, I'll feel really accomplished. It's really important to me that you fold up your worries and you put them in a pocket. This is the kind of art exercise. There's no wrong way to fold. However it fits in your pocket. You just want to like lightly forget about it for a second. Everyone's doing great. Look at this drama. Look at this therapy exercise. That's what Charles Schultz was all about. Great folding. Yes. Bailey, very sharp edges, I can tell. I'm afraid I won't fold it right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and then let's do a big into your pocket. Beautiful work, everyone. Oh, I have to go back to sharing my screen. I know how to do that. Do. And do. We're back. I'm back on my screen. I'm remembering how to do a slideshow. Oh, up next is a comic by Charles Schultz. Jess, you ready to be voice acting?
Yeah, who is my what's my
So
role?
this is definitely by Charles Schultz, and you are gonna be Peppermint Patty, and I'll be Marcy. And does this sound okay? Or is that annoying? How do we feel?
Keep
I
it.
like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm so ready. Okay. I didn't know you could skate, sir. Jess, this is you.
I'm really into sports, Marcy. It's my life. I'm really into sports, Marcy. It's my life. When I grow up, I'm gonna play professional ball in the summer and skate in an ice show in the winter. Pop a wheelie in a motocross.
You're an amazing person, sir.
Stop calling me sir. You should try ice skating, Marcy.
I've already admired you in all your forms. But acknowledging these feelings as a possibility, well... Sir, is this love? Hi, Patty. If I say her name, she'll know I love her. Marcy, you have a sewing machine. Oh, wait, sorry, I said your line.
Oh, Marcy, you have a sewing machine.
It's not mine, sir. It's my mother's.
Why don't you make me a skating outfit, Marcy?
I don't know how to sew, sir.
I want to look beautiful for the skating competition.
Let's do again.
It's settled. I'll come by tomorrow and you can do my measurements.
It's like this friendship hurts a little now. It's like, am I capable of love? Is it fair to try? Her last name is Reichart. I could be Mrs. Marcy Reichart. Not that I would. We probably won't get married. I'm used to this pain in my chest. Usually it's bad. It's usually there while I obsess over the things I did wrong. Maybe this love is a good pain, something I'll grow from. Oh, is this what pain is for? Should I tell her about my feelings? Okay, sir, I think I have all your measurements. The way I see it, you're a size 8. your waist is 23 inches, your hips are 28 inches, and your
Bust, Marcy. It's a perfectly legitimate sewing term.
26 inches, sir. Mom, can you make me a skating dress? Actually, it's for Patty. Here are her measurements. Thanks, Mom.
Marcy, what do you want?
I brought you something, sir. I can't sew, so I had my mom make it. She wants for you to look good in the competition.
Oh, Marcy, 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 Marcy.
That's my name, sir. Yeah, that's so that's my comic that I made. I've made other things, but it's I love this one. um so yeah, I think up next is we're just gonna draw. You're gonna unfold your worries and we're gonna draw them. You're gonna I'm gonna pause the share. So yeah, I would say go back to your worries, see which one really speaks to you, feels the most honest. And if you're a Peanuts head, you can be like, this is a Schroeder thought. Um, or like I feel like I'm at the annoying point where like all the characters are relatable to me. Of like Sally is like when you're like quiet and have a crush. Yeah, so you get to pick which character, like find the worry and then try and think of a good character that will go with it. If you're undecided and it's general anxiety, we got Charlie Brown. He's never doing well. And if anybody needs a character drawn, maybe just put it in the chat and me and Joe can help. But I guess for me, the nice thing about Snoopy comics is that it's so that comic, you can draw yourself like, yes, exactly. That comic, so it's half of it is Schultz strips redrawn, and then I just added it. I added in more comics to make it more explicitly gay, but like the one where she faints at the word bust, Schultz wrote that. That's funny, right? Linus is the one always with the blanket.
Sorry, I had a quick question. Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yes.
Just like when this exercise part, that was like kind of a longer comic that you just shared. How long did you intend for us to
I
take
was
on
thinking
this?
either like one panel or 3 panels.
Okay,
I
cool.
think even just one really nice panel can feel good for a Snoopy comic.
One panel? Yeah, we're feeling good with one panel. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bailey. Great question. I put it in the chat too, if people are also curious. Liz, do you ever draw your dog as Snoopy?
I don't. He's all black, so he doesn't really look like Snoopy. I did recently realize that Snoopy and the Sanrio dog Pachaco have like they're very visually the same, even though I think Pachaco has a whole different personality I don't care about. He's just really cute to me.
Liz, how much time? That's good.
I would say, does like 10 minutes feel good for everybody?
That sounds
Drawing
good.
time?
Yeah. And maybe while y'all are doing that, Tom sent me some slides, just like general info about Saw, and I think I was supposed to start the call with that, but it was trying to get us on YouTube, so we're live streaming on YouTube, and I'm gonna quietly go over to my computer to see if I can find all the cool images, like our promo images about what's coming up next, and also Liz has a store on Etsy. And I already have everything in my cart. So do you want to shower Liz with commercialist love? That is one way to do that. I think the cards are really beautiful. All right, so let me go look for these images. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. I wonder. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. This is like a very bootleggy version of sharing what's up. I don't know what's in this Dropbox folder, but it's all related to Saw, so it should be fine, right? If you didn't already know this, we're at Friday Night Comics, and this is you from the past or in the future. And this is what you look like, only somehow more beautiful. And what else is happening? SAW is a nonprofit with online courses in addition to the free Friday Night Comics program we have, which is like kind of like a crash course every Friday and lots of fun and archived on our YouTube. There are courses that last longer than just an evening. If you don't want to always have a Friday night fling, you can stick to some monogamy, like a 4-week class, or some of our classes are a few months long, 16 weeks, and then we also have 6-month programs and year-long programs, all kinds of different ways to make comics. Here's some upcoming courses. Again, it's at learn.sawcomics.org. I'll put that in the chat. If you don't know, Liz Yerby's here, but also March 22nd, we have Mara Ramirez coming to draw sound. You can build your own labyrinth with Matt Madden. That starts April 6th. There's also reading together. Emily Carroll and Ayani Cooper are kind of doing a deep dive together, reading comics together, I think. And Maureen Burdock is doing creative nonfiction comics, which sounds like so much fun. And in all the scenarios, you could draw Snoopy if you wanted to. So now you're equipped and you can go forth. We have the graphic novel development intensive that's coming up so soon in June. It begins in June and ends in November. I'm part of that. Tom's a part of that. It's always amazing and lots of cool fun. We've been recording a podcast, Tom and I, called The Terrible Anvil. Oh my gosh, this is a big image. And we recorded it on Thursdays, but it's also on our YouTube. And Tom is helping me write a book about how to make comics for anyone who wants to know how to make comics. And we'll take topics from the guts of the book that's in progress and then kind of bring them to the group. And then we also take questions too. So if anyone has any burning questions for the Terrible Anvil, we're happy to talk about it. This past week, yesterday, we talked about tabling. And weirdly enough, Tom is on his way to go to the Mocha Fest in New York at the Saw table. So if you're in New York, say hi to him. And this is what some of our stuff looks like. I think 2 weeks ago, monetizing every moment of waking existence. What could go wrong? That we were talking about Instagram. And we're both two people that aren't really on Instagram. So we definitely have a little bit of a grain of salt and all that because we're specific types of creators. Here's a bunch of amazing people at Saw IRL. And if you give us sustaining member donations, there's a lot of perks to that, but you make all these people happy in the future and in the past somehow. I probably should have said this earlier, but no inappropriate speech or imagery. We just had the one F word by Liz, so that's it. We've met our quota for spicy stuff. So we're trying to keep it PG-13 because we want to archive this on YouTube and make it as available as possible to anyone who wants to make comics. And come join us, members.sawcomics.org. I think that's everything. And yeah, we're at a Friday Night Comics Workshop. Oh, also, if you submit your work, there's a way to do that. I'll put that in the chat again. If you want to share this work, you can use a hashtag on Instagram, but you can also send us your stuff. Christian was asking I uploaded my stuff and I'm not sure he got it. So I'm going to try to investigate that. But some of this stuff gets archived on Seesaw Comics, which is really, really, really cool. Yes, so weekly PDFs. Check the chat for links. So I'll put that in there. Ooh, these drawings are so good. I think that's it. And then I think that already happened. Sorry. I'm trying to look for our upcoming workshop. This is just examples. I'm not sure what this is, so I'll stop my share. I was looking for
The next one is with Mara, and they're
is
great.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's March 22nd, I think. 322. Mara, is it Ramirez? Mara?
Yeah.
Ramirez.
I
Next.
believe they're part of Freak Comics. Yeah, they seem like they're having fun over there.
Nice.
I was like, I can show y'all one more thing before we share, because
Cool.
I just remembered it. And because my favorite is when people ask me where they're like, are you allowed to do this? Which often happens when they see my Peanuts comics. And yeah, I can do whatever I want. I'm punk rock. The one time I got caught by the Snoopy police, I had a Snoopy t-shirt online. So don't do that, because you'll get in trouble. But look at how good this shirt is. Charles Schultz would have loved it.
So good.
Good.
Liz is going to pull up somewhere in a neighborhood near us and just have bootleg copies of this t-shirt, selling them out of the back of their car, and we'll buy it in my mascot.
Yeah. Make your knockoff Peanuts t-shirts. Just don't put them on Etsy, or else the Snoopy police will find you.
Isn't it funny? Like I don't want to get too off topic, but the internet is such a wild place where like all kinds of nonsense are on there. But like there's certain things like no, you cannot do that. It's very funny. It's very funny.
And then I like that they reviewed the Snoopy thing, but they didn't notice like there's a lot of other characters in my art that went unnoticed.
You're like, not Snoopy.
Don't mess with the dog.
Peanuts is a multi-million-dollar merchandising empire. They'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I love making weird Peanuts comics, because every time I think, ha ha ha, like I'm making like this really funny, edgy joke about queerness, and like Schultz would never. And then like what he wrote was so weird. It's such a weird strip. The animations are all so weird. Like it's so confusing why these children are so deeply worried. Yeah. And so I'll share what I drew, which I'm not the most proud of, but we can just admire it. I just drew some emotional Charlie Brown, and I wrote, who is allowing me to draw this way? Is everyone expecting me to draw better? And then I wrote, oh, capitalism is destroying us all. We need a revolution. And then I like this little depressed Charlie Brown, and he's like, and I'm too depressed to do the dishes. And then little Snoopy and Woodstock in a beret storming out. Yeah.
Love those arms, Charlie Brown arms.
Yeah, he's so good. I also, you can do whatever you want. I think there's something funny about like when you're a kid and you're like, I am the best at drawing Snoopy in my class. I have made it. This is success. Yeah. Is anybody else ready to share?
If you are, you can go to reactions and raise your hand. That's the easiest way for us to find you, because there's a lot of people here if you would like to share. So I see Bailey and maybe Helen and maybe Ange. I don't know. Who should let's do Bailey first. I'll spotlight you.
Sorry, I'm not super familiar with Zoom, so as I unmuted myself, a little prompt came up saying like, someone wants to unmute you, and I was like, yeah.
It's me.
Idiot, because I can't use Zoom. So I can't like read backwards here. speaking of Zoom, is there like a way to flip the video for you guys, or
I can
I
see
don't
a
know.
You can read it.
Yeah, we can read it for you if you want. Liz, do you want to read
Oh,
it?
okay. Yeah, hold up.
Okay.
Hold on. Dear sir, madam. No, that's so formal. To whom it may concern. No, no, that's too long. No, I don't know the correct usage of whom. Teacher said not to use too many exclamation points, but the tone seems so passive-aggressive when I use a period. I need to fully explain my thoughts because if it's too long, they'll just ignore it.
Yeah, so one of my anxieties was about like just like over a simple, like the simplest of emails and texts, just like I don't know what it is. I'm like I I don't know. But this is very me, and it Charlie Brown seemed to suit this kind of like overthinking. I also didn't have time. I imagined Snoopy kind of like leaning against the desk here, just like kind of acting all cool, like not worried about it at all. But
Yeah. It's never
yeah,
gonna
I
write me.
definitely avoid sending emails and replying to like good friends because I'm worried about if my punctuation sounds mean.
It's a real worry. One of my favorite TV quotes is from a show that like wasn't that good, so I'm not even gonna say the name. But there's a character who you thought died, but she comes back in, and she and people are like, "Wait, I thought you died," and she's like, "Is it so crazy that I faked my own death because I had too many emails?" That's one of my just favorite things to remember when I'm stressed. Yeah. I was like, is it Ange?
You got it. I love your bolo tie, by the way. It's super cute. Then I got to draw like two Peanuts characters. And I felt like Lucy represented. So what she's saying is, I fear I've lost my assertiveness ever since I got laid off. I'm always doubting myself because I know she's usually like really aggressive and dominant, but
Mhm.
I feel like she's internalizing some stuff. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit.
It's all about projecting.
Yeah, it's all about projecting. And then I believe this is Pigpen. I haven't seen Snoopy in a long time, but um Pigpen is saying, my depression makes my room so messy. It is never clean. I just live in filth, which is how I feel sometimes because I like to toss my clothes everywhere. So this after a really intense therapy session was really wonderful. So thank you for that.
Yay. Thank you. I'm like, all right, Joe, professional Snoopy drawer. Oh, you're muted.
I drew myself as a Peanuts character.
Nice.
So it's 4 a.m. and I'm too worried to sleep. My wife is. I worry that I'm. You can read it for me.
Yeah, I worry that I'm not sleeping enough. I worry that I have chronic insomnia. I worry that I worry too much. Sweetie, we can worry together in the morning. That's very, very sweet. I was like, who's up next? Jackie, is it you? In Chicago?
Yes, so this is oh, that was quick. This is me, and I'm having coffee with Lucy. And I don't know, Lucy, I just don't know. I'm worried that all the things that I think everyone thinks about me are true. Jackie woke, you blockhead. Just act like a normal human being and people won't think there's anything wrong with you.
That's great advice. That's, yeah, I like to think that this is like an evolved Lucy, who's still throwing the coffee, but like it's kind of nice. I feel like to Charlie Brown, she's kind of like, "What are your fears? They're true. Goodbye."
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's like, Maria, what you got?
Okay. This is a long story, but anyway, this is what I have. Please stop pooping on my house. What's he on about now? These birds are for the birds.
Nice.
You're getting applause.
I keep forgetting to change. Did I unmute? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just read it, and you're doing so good.
I keep forgetting to change my oil. What if I never change it? Will my engine seize up on the highway? Will my car lose its resale value? Take the bus. 5 cents, please.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that was our original Less Evolved Lucy we just saw.
He says, "I know he always waits for me. I feel so bad. Maybe I should find him some hobbies." When you said like, "Oh, do you have anxiety? Like your pets are mad at you?" And I always think my pets are a little mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about my friends like parent anxiety, where like it's a thing. All my friends who are moms are like, "I'm the worst mom." And like you just have to say that sometimes. And doing that with your dog seems even sillier. Just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I let down Elliot again."
Related, my cat is here and she's not mad at me yet, but it's just a matter of moments before if my screen goes dark.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all draw and build up courage, and maybe I'll go find my dog.
Oh yes, please. That sounds great. Yep. And while Liz is looking for their canine pal, I can add some more links in the chat about what's coming up. So it's got, I've done this a couple of times, so sorry to be redundant. I have Liz's Instagram and also lizyerby.com. You can join hundreds of people sharing their work at our members free website, members.sawcomics.org. And then share your work, upload your page, and we'll make a quick PDF. Uploads are due end of day Sunday. We're a very small crew here at Saw. So if you uploaded something, like I know Christian is waiting to see where the comic went. It might take us a little bit longer than that because it's a festival weekend and I don't know who's in charge of this. But if you're curious about where your stuff went, you can always ask us on the network and we'll try to help you. And then last week and the previous PDFs are at Saw Comics. And oh, how do you get the PDF once it's done? Oh, that's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna click on this link and see what happens.
My dog, because he's being weirdly nervous.
Oh,
but
okay,
this is Elliot Smith, another anxious sad boy. But
so we're admiring that. Oh, hello. You're such a good friend.
yeah, I'm camera shy. It's okay. It's okay. I like to think that my dog is just like upset by me talking to myself, like because he doesn't understand technology.
Yeah,
it's pretty weirded out.
Yes. Eli said I usually get an email with a link to the Dropbox where the PDFs are. Okay, so that's good to know that there's like a thing that sometimes happens. I'm a little out of the loop, so I might be the least best person to ask. I was going to share my screen really fast, and then we'll go back to a couple more volunteers if y'all want to share your comics. So this is seesawcomics.org, and it's comics from Saw. But if you go to Friday Night Comics, this is where we have some of the stuff. So I'm trying to look for, I guess this is the most recent one from last week. Let's see if there's, so if you click on the PDF, this is where it eventually ends up, but I think there's a second step where it goes to a Dropbox. But if you're like, what is all this? This is what it is. This is what we were talking about, because I didn't quite know either. All right, it looks like we have Devin and Max and Edgar, so I'm just gonna go in that order and I'm gonna spotlight you. Thanks.
Hi. Okay. I did mine on my iPad, so we'll see. Let me see if it shows up. Oh, it just thinks it's a white screen. Let me see if I can pull this up another way. Come back to me.
I'm trying to find the spotlight button. Y'all are doing so great. Like the most patient people in the universe come to Friday Night Comics. Thank you for being here and tolerating my shenanigans. Allowed a multi-event? I don't even know what's happening. I pinned Max. Max, do you want to share? Oh, okay, cool. And you're muted. No, you're not. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Liz. This is awesome. Okay, this is mine. It's called Great Expectations. I drew myself as Marcy. And we're saying, it's all over, Snoopy. She's gonna dump me. And then I say, she just texted, I love you, but she didn't include any emojis or exclamation points.
Oh.
This is based on true event.
Him covering his eyes with his little
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a dog who does that sort of expression to me all the time. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, thank you, Jesse, for calling on me, and thank you, Liz, for the inspiration. Here's my my thoughts. I entitle it Schroeder Russell Ponders, and my name is Edgar Russell. Anyway, there's Schroeder at the computer, and Schroeder Russell ponders the future of his art, beginning with, I've got to rescue all my old plays from my old computer before the hard drive rusts. And there's Symphony of the Hanging Man, one of my plays. Then I have to transfer all my cassette tapes, VHS tapes, and DVD recordings of all my shows before the material flakes off or disintegrates. And finally, there I am. And am I on my bed, or is it bedboard stone? Who will ensure that my artwork will survive my death? So anyway, those are all my anxieties. So thank you for allowing me to document them.
Yeah, and I feel like Schroeder, as the artist of the group, would be doing this deep, boring, great choices.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. Am I returning? Okay. Let's see if it recognizes it now. This is so chaotic. I want to turn down the. Why does I've done this before? Oh wait. Can you see it? Oh no.
Oh, we're almost there.
Getting there. You're gonna guess what juice should. Oh, geez, what juice should I choose? What do
I can read it.
Okay. Just trying to help us. Like it's like an eye exam.
No,
I'm like, I can see it. It's there.
It's so hard to see. Okay. It says, geez, what juice should I choose? What do I feel like? And then I have like a chaotic one with like the void of my mind. And then I have maybe I'll try again later. And this the hypnotic eyes, stressed out, gritted teeth, peanut look.
Nice. Yeah, this is reminding me that I meant to drink water, so I'm going to go to that.
I brought water, but my glass is really small and it's empty.
Hello. Not you. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I chose one of the anxieties as failing as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my comic. I can't be a caretaker because I'm too busy doing comics.
That's really good. I like for me in the winter, I definitely feel like I'm failing as a friend. And I had a big to-do list of like I need to text back 5 people, and then I was like, you know what? I'm losing 2 friends. Like, I'm only gonna text back 3. So that feels like a very relatable feeling.
Hi. I did a one panel one of just Linus that was based off of me having to sit in a coffee shop for like 10 minutes, possibly. And it says, what if I'm bored and I don't have my sketchbook?
It's really good.
That'd make a really good bootleg t-shirt that Liz can sell out of the back of their car.
Yeah, I don't have a car, but it'll be in my bike trailer.
Or you'll commit auto theft prior to selling bootleg t-shirts. Just a life of crime, a spiral out.
Yeah, it all starts with a little bit of copyright infringement and drawing your own Snoopy characters, and the next thing you know, we're all doing crimes.
So good. Wow, you guys are amazing. I feel like such a cornball when I get on these saw calls because I'm just like delighted by everyone. So thanks for making me feel happy. It's so nice to be here with you. And Liz, what a bright light in a dark place. And Christian wants to share, I think, so we'll put a spotlight on Christian.
Actually, I don't have anything to share. I just wanted I wanted to like give you like the PDF if I ever did the prompts.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get my email? I can put it in the chat if
Yeah, I got the email. Just I need like the prompts.
Oh, the prompts for today?
Yeah.
I think what you can do you know how to save the chat on the bottom? Let's see, save chat. Or what's a good way to paraphrase it? I'll type it in the chat for you. Would that work, Christian?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone else said like you could watch it on YouTube again too. That's helpful.
No, you could do the chat. I just need
Awesome. Okay, that sounds good. Liz, what was step 1? Roll it back.
So write down some of your inner worries, small scale and big scale, and then draw a Peanuts character or yourself as a Peanuts character expressing those worries.
Cool. Character expressing those worries. Awesome. And then share sawcomics.org. We love to see your stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. And let's see, we also have a Patreon you can follow. We have PayPal if you have so much money and you want to give us some. We love money. You can give Liz some money too. Yeah, by your generous donations, this helps keep Saw running, but more importantly, Friday Night Comics is always free for everybody. And we handsomely pay our guests $150. So Liz, don't forget to get your money on your let me know if you have questions about that. What else is there? I'm trying to find the info about sharing one more time just to be helpful. And then Mara Ramirez is going to be here in a week. So we'll hope to see you again for the next Friday Night Comics installment.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like, there's a hashtag.
Yeah, what's our hashtag?
Friday Night Comics, and somebody in the here knows it, has used it before. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then also you can just directly like at me on Instagram and show me your cute little Peanuts art. I'm very here for that.
Yeah. Yes, please. At Liz. Especially if you're the Snoopy police and you're like, listen, I found it online and I need one. For myself and my dog. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I think that's everything. Thanks y'all for being here. Let's I don't know. Let's see if I'm gonna unspotlight Liz. Could we do a round of applause? Unmuted. wild noise. No, unless you have a sleeping dog or cat. We try not to make them any more angry.
You.
Yay!
Everybody.
Lots of fun.
You.
So fun.